Welcome. This is David Bull's Human Meme. Today's topic, Nebraska. For everyone. So here's the thing with advertising. Advertising is money spent to take money from one pocket and put it into another pocket. It's difficult to quantify a successful advertising scheme, but it is easy to qualify dreadful advertising attempts. Around October of 2018, the Nebraska Tourism folks decided to make an unseemly and self-loathing play to get new visitors to visit the state of Nebraska using self-deprecating humor. And we are told that humor tested well in other states that might have residents who might just want to visit Nebraska. And the hallmark slogan of that advertising scheme is this: Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone. Oh, my Nelly. Now, to my wind-swept ear, and to my Midwestern mind, and to my big red heart, all as a goodly-born son of the great state of Nebraska, from birth to 23 years and then into the age of leaving, and who now has spent more of his life living on the East Coast than he ever did in the Flatlands, I am just generally appalled at that not for everyone advertising campaign. And hey, Nebraska does not need attempts at senseless humor, or to ridicule the people who were born there or who still live there. But that's exactly what the 2018 private history of an advertising campaign that failed teaches us. We are taught good taste and warmth and humor, all the hallmarks of a good Nebraskan, are forsaken in the sad attempt to try to beg people to visit your state. Money from one pocket to another. But my human meme friend, here's the one thing you cannot deny. That newfangled marketing scheme, Nebraska, it's not for everyone, is just plain insulting to the people who live there. And don't believe me. Go ask them, the real people living out in the farms. You'll find out. Don't ask the fancy pantsers in Omaha and Lincoln. You go out, you get out along the Loup River, up around Scotia, North Platte, Ogallala. Go into Scotts Bluff and ask around. You'll see what the real Nebraskans think of not for everyone. And it really is not right to earn one tourist dollar back on the backs of those who actually work and live in the state. And I don't care how good a sport you are, or how self-deprecating you are. There is no way to spin or cut the fact that the Nebraska State Tourism people are making fun of their own people in the name of transparency and one-up-fundsmanship. And here's the real problem with trying to make an entire state self-deprecating as an advertising inducement. It isn't possible. Self-deprecating is, by pronunciation and definition, singular and specific to a one person. self, not a whole state. A state is not a self. And so the joke is, as ever, on the real Nebraskans, yes, the flyover people, and not those who don't live there. The advertising campaign was created by outsiders for outsiders, and that is the problem with this whole thing. Native Nebraskans can't get behind the bad idea, because getting behind that advertising slogan is to prove to the world that you are, in fact, a backward, redneck loser with nothing to offer but your oddity and your self-deprecating humor. Simple but true. Now, when I grew up in Nebraska way back when, Nebraska's motto, its slogan, its pine for living was this: Nebraska, the good life. And that motto was everywhere: bumper stickers, license plates, T-shirts. Now, I don't know what was ever wrong with that way of thinking about Nebraska. The good life was on target. The good life was positive. The good life meant something to people outside the state. But no, I guess a bunch of uptight suits somewhere in Nebraska decided the good life just wasn't good enough for Nebraska anymore. And so they decided to sling the native Nebraskans under the tour bus and make fun of them for profit. You're not for everyone. You're fat, and you're dumb, and you smell like the river. And the rest is a sissy, fissy, sissy, stumbling, tumbling stone from which there is no return up the downhill. How do you put a bad joke back in the bottle? Well, the same way you put a fart back from where it came from. It just can't be done. Oh, sure. You can say now, in the failure of it all, well, we were just kidding. Ha! Nebraska's great. Really, it is. It's the good life. No, Nebraska's the great life. Oh, that's right. Great life, yeah. And my human meme friend, once you start down the path of satire and sarcasm, you cannot easily turn that around and make it into a positive without breaking your waddling neck and shattering your funny bone. Oh, and I'm sure there are lots of hand-picked data points showing what a success making fun of your own self-state is, and what good sports the people are for making fun of themselves and not being for everyone. But those of us who know, and those of us who have lived it, those of us who have actually felt the good life know they're making fun of you. So what's the answer? Where do we go from here? Does it matter the blind mule is stuck in the ditch and just won't go? Might we travel back in time to Nebraska, the good life? Well, probably not now. But I would and always shall and will keep the good life as my Nebraska mainstay heartstring. And if it were up to me to help my fellow Nebraskans out of this tourism trap, this tourism saurus they have self-created in their self-deprecating attempt, I would toss the not for everyone in the trash as soon as possible. Take the loss, absorb the hit, come up with something better, new, now. And here's my idea. I would take away the current crassness by spinning the not for everyone slogan into something meaningful. And yes, good lifey and such. And I say, use this. Nebraska. It's for everyone. You just don't know it yet. Thank you. Nebraska. It's for everyone. You just don't know it yet. Oh, I like it. It's funny. It has a little punch. It serves the wild spirit of a real Nebraskan. And here's the really fine part. I'll only charge the Nebraska Tourism folk $1,001,001 so they can use that new slogan. Nebraska. It's for everyone. You just don't know it yet. Remember, money moving from one pocket to another. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.